What's going on, you guys? Today I want to talk to you guys about how I edit my pictures on Instagram. All right, the first thing I always do when I edit my pictures is cropping it. So I crop it the way I want it to. Sometimes I don't really like posting landscape on my phone, so I'm always either the square or a vertical post. This post, I have it with my dogs, Loki and Athena, and they're kind of looking to the right. And because of that, I'm gonna move them to the left just a little bit right there. So Loki's head is still in the middle and Athena is still on the bottom left, okay? So something like that, it gives the viewer an idea of what they're looking at, or kind of even just a thought of, hey, they're looking at something on that side. So a little bit more room on that's better, because imagine if I put them like this, it's kind of weird, right? So right about here, I think it's good. So once you go next, the crop is good. I go next, and then the first thing I do is I do adjustments because the pole looks a little bit off. So I'm gonna straighten it out just a little bit. There you go. It already looks a lot better because it's straight. And then I go down the list. So first thing would be brightness. I'm gonna turn this up, making sure my phone brightness is somewhere in the middle, right there. And then I turn it up, and just where I can see like the details in their mouth, because it's not like a darker area. Right about there looks good, and then I go to contrast. This is kind of tricky because you can add more contrast, but what I usually do when I'm sliding this is that look at her collar, look at some of the colors, Loki and Athena, look how like bland the color looks. Once I turn up the contrast, the colors start popping more. I know what it's supposed to look like in my head, and I'm just trying to make it come out into the picture of what I saw and what it looks like. So about that green looks good. I'm gonna adjust the brightness in a bit, but I'm gonna continue going down before I go back. Structure is one of those things where if you go too much, it looks super fake and it looks disgusting. I mean, look at that picture. I don't even know what it is. They look like zombies. If that's what you're going for, I guess. But here, I'm looking at the fur, and when I go like around 8, it's kind of soft. So I want it to be a little bit more detailed. So I'm gonna go around 20, yeah, 20 is good. That's it. We're gonna go down to warm. Okay, depending on what mood you're going for. If it's really cold, then you can go in that cold blue vibe, but her eyes are kind of squinty, so it makes it seem like it was sunlight out. And it was a bright day, to be honest. So I'm gonna go a little bit more on the yellow side. Plus, yellow has a more welcoming feeling. I'm gonna go around here, 47. The fur looks really healthy. The background's nice. The sky's still blue. The sand's still that gold yellow. And saturation. I'm gonna pull this up just a little bit. I'm concentrating on the fur and also the collar. I don't wanna go too much because look how nasty that looks. It's like even the sky is like grossed out, right? Because it's all pixelated. And black and white if that's what you're going for, but this one, I love colors. So right now, I don't want to go too much, so 13 will be it. At this point, you're like, wow, changing all this stuff is making a picture look kind of dark, which it is. You can, 1, go back and turn up the exposure, or 2, just leave it there for now. I would leave it there for now because we're still moving on, and I'll tell you why. Colors, I don't do until maybe the end, but right now I'm gonna work with fade. Fade is that like film look. Watch, if I turn it up all the way, you can kind of see that it's like that film grain look. So I'm gonna turn it around, just around maybe 18, because I don't want too much. I like that super sharp picture. Actually, I'm gonna go down to 10, 11. And then highlights. We're gonna brighten up the highlights so I can start seeing the highlighted spots on Athena's face. It's like her upper eye. I'm gonna turn it up. You don't wanna go too much because everything gets blown out, but around, I think here looks good. Okay, the sky still looks good. And then the shadow, I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. Just a little bit where I can still see the detail, but like it separates the fur in the mouth to the golden bright fur on their face. Vignetting, they're not really in the middle. And with Instagram vignetting, I can't really move where the vignette is because look, if I do it all the way, you can see that it's maybe around Loki, but not really. So I'm actually just gonna leave that one off this time. Tilt shift is like when you're trying to blur out the background or blur out, the side of it. I don't really need it to be blurred out. I mean, I already took it on a professional camera, so it's pretty good. Lux, it's at 50, but that's up to you if you wanna turn it up and off. I don't really mess with that either. Sharpen. Now we look at the pictures. Look at the most sharpest spot on the picture. It'd be Athena's face. And I'm gonna turn it up until I see that Athena's face is nice and sharp. Okay, because sometimes the picture and phone kind of change stuff, so around 24 looks good. This whole picture is almost done, but to me, it's slightly on the dark side. So let's go back to brightness and turn it up. When I adjust this, I make sure that my phone is at 50% brightness. Most of the time, actually, let's go to 70. Most of the time, people have their phone around this area. And I turn it up 7, okay? So I'm brightening it up a little bit more. Now the picture is done. That's all I do on Instagram. That's how I edit it. If I just hold on to it, you can see the before and after. What it does is it made the picture more warm. It brought the color to life. Both of them, it looks alive and they don't look like Code Zombie, because if you hold on to it, you can see that the first kind of blue. But now it's like that nice golden color. Pretty amazing, I like it. And that's pretty much it. When you're editing on Instagram, it's quick and simple. You adjust in contrast and saturation and color a little bit, but that's it. It's still a really good app to edit on too, so you don't have to download something or edit on your computer. Just want to do something quick and easy, Instagram is perfect. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button. If you like this whole channel, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.